marathon a couple of days back, and in the day before, I started going through a little bit of mindset preparation, just preparing the mind for what I was going to go through. Now, quite often we prepare quite well for execution, making sure we've got the right equipment, right nutrition, shoes, everything's prepared. But quite often we don't visit mindset and really get to grips with what we're actually going to go through. So, in an endurance race, the vast majority of the duration of the race, we're actually in a relatively comfortable space that we're actually quite used to from training. So at least 2/3, even 3/4 of the race, we're actually almost in a training mode. We're used to the intensity we bring to the race, and we execute on that. It might be slightly uncomfortable in terms of pace and suffering. It's not uncommon, and we're usually quite well prepared. Now, the last quarter of the race is where things start getting tough. The muscles start shortening, things start getting a little bit more uncomfortable. And we need to bring something else to the party. You generally don't go there during training. So we need to prepare and recognize that's going to come. So first hint is certainly be prepared. And when it starts, when that suffering or that discomfort starts, that extra level, recognize that is exactly what you signed up for. When you submitted the registration form, when you started the training and the sacrifices around training away from home, the early mornings, the cold, and maybe even the humidity training and that, it's because you actually wanted to test your limits. You wanted to test how far you could go, how fast you could go, and how much you can actually absorb, because it's called endurance for a reason, is to endure the discomfort and the suffering. So when we get there, let's recognize that. Let's just accept that and embrace it and go for it. So unless you're actually dying or developing a permanent injury, you keep pushing until the end. That's the only option, because that's what you actually committed to. The weeks or months before when you actually put in the registration. So don't hold back. And when you actually get into those last miles, it's just deliver on your own promise that you were going to push and that you were going to experience the discomfort and the suffering at the end of the race. The second hint is create a decision point. A part of the race where you decide, this is where it gets tough, and this is from this point I am going to continue to push and not hold back. Right. Firstly, for me, I actually at that point when I know the sufferings and I need to start digging in, I turn my cap around. It's a hint given to me by somebody I coach, and it works. And I've done it for the last few races I've done. I'll turn my cap around. Now, he wants to see a 50, 60-year-old trying to look cool, so I'm conscious of it. I'm conscious that I've turned my cap around. I might look a little bit silly, but I know as soon as I turn the cap around, it's a sign to me that I've made a decision to push. It's also a sign to others. I tell my supporters who supported me on the side of the course, or even athletes that are on the course, when you see me with my cap turned around, the race has now become serious. So I need all the support I can get. So whether they give me the tough love, harden up messages as I run past them, or even just the supporters, a positive supporters message to keep pushing, it's a sign to them. And also when I turn around the cap, I've made a commitment to myself and my supporters that I'm not giving up. I'm going to go hard and I'm going to push to the end. So it's a really good signal. It's also, again, since I turned around, it's that commitment to myself that now I'm invested in this. And I've decided, this is going to be all or nothing effort from this point. So, point 3 is all about gratitude. We can get into some dark places in endurance races near the end. We're really pushing hard. The head starts dropping, shoulders start rounding, and everything's telling you to slow down. Your body is giving you that signals, I can't do this anymore, and I want you to slow down. Right. Now, we're using gratitude of actually thanking all the marshals on the side of the course as you go past them and they give you directions. All the aid station supporters for handing you a cup of water or a drink. Thank them. Give them a big smile and say thank them for being there. It just lifts your spirits. It lifts your head because you look at them. You have to look at them in the eye. You have to smile when you're actually thanking somebody. Otherwise, it's not sincere. And that just really does. It's actually almost a selfish act because you're thanking them, but you're really doing it also for yourself to actually lift that gratitude that all these people came out there early in the morning in the cold, not to actually have the enjoyment of competing in a race, but actually just to support others. So let's support them and actually get that positive attitude back into us that helps us actually complete the race. Yeah, it's again, it's getting out of that negative that everything's telling us to slow down, to stop pushing, into that really positive, almost that contra condition of this is a happy place. There's people, so many people relying on you to actually do well here, supporting you, and just that attitude of gratitude and positiveness can sometimes be that's enough to actually lift your spirits and keep you pushing forward in a place that is dark, that is tough. And also, what can happen in races, we go through peaks and troughs. Even when things get tough, there's periods where you think, I just can't keep going. But you go for another few minutes, and then suddenly it all comes back again, and you can actually keep going. And now that gratitude can be some of the triggers. That point of gratitude where you thank somebody can be that point that actually lifts and turns that trough into a gradual upswing again and keep speed. So three points there. One, do what you signed up and deliver on your own promise to you, which is to tough it out at the end of the race. That's fine, you signed up, get it done, get your money's worth, but doing what you actually committed and paid to do. Change something, make a commitment when things start getting tough. Turn your head around or have something you change in terms of your dress or something that really picks up that makes that commitment during the race that from this point you are going to deliver and you're not going to back down. And 3, just show gratitude to everybody that's actually supporting you, helping you, and putting on the race and turn that positive attitude. Hope this helped. It is key. It's what we deliver. There's something, mindset particularly for the end of the race. It's something we generally don't prepare for well, but it is actually the one that actually makes the true difference in terms of your result. Everything else is execution. The end of the race is not execution. It is toughing it out, and it is the one that we actually signed up for. Hope this is helpful.